Hello and welcome to TB3 Sports Talk. This is episode 84. I'm Colby. I'm here with Joel. Will's not here this week, but it's okay. We have big news to tell you, and we're going to start off with someone who's not playing right now. Actually, someone who's officially retiring, and that is our Rays GOAT, Mr. Ray.
You know those violins when you hear them.
Dude, that is like the best walk-up song in history. It's so good. I've heard it so much this week, and every time it hits like crack. It's so good. But we're talking about shivers, chills down your spine. But we're talking about Evan Longoria, who will be officially retiring as a Ray on June 7th. What's your opinion on this, Joel?
I'm glad. I like the ceremony and all that kind of stuff, but the whole this guy's retiring as a Ray. It's kind of like, bro, play an inning, play the third of the game or something like that. Are we really gonna? I mean, every team does it for their superstars, but I don't know. It's kind of it's worn out its welcome.
Yeah, I guess we should have looked up this before, but I don't know if that's happened very often in Tampa sports history.
To retire, probably
like the one-day contracts. I can't remember.
I don't think
many.
Derek Brooks got one. That was kind of before there's time. This tradition.
Yeah, so that's nice as a Tampa Bay.
Maybe Vinny LeCavalier.
Maybe
I think he would probably be the only one.
Yeah, but as a Tampa fan, stuff like that doesn't happen a lot. You don't get this type of fulfilling ending with
happy ending.
Yeah, you don't get the happy ending with your favorite players because often with Tampa sports, it's gotten better, especially with the Bucks. But I mean with the Rays, even with the Lightning, unfortunately, the best players they don't seem to finish their careers off with the Lightning, or with the Bucks or with the Rays. So for Evan Longoria, especially with the most volatile franchise of them all, the one that keeps their players around for the least amount of time. For him to retire as a Ray, sign that one-day contract, for the Rays to get it done and kind of do something that a high-class organization does, which the Rays don't always do. All of this it's positive. I'm really, really happy that's happening. It's on June 7th at home. I think the worst part about this is it's not going to be at Tropicana Field.
That is sad.
That is sad. Like it sucks that he can't do it at the house that he built. But overall, I'm really, really happy that it's able to happen.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the only times that the casual fans gonna miss the Trop. It's just knowing,
I feel like
that it's not he's not we're not there.
I feel like Trop missing the Trop syndrome is at an all-time high right now. With how bad
it is high.
With it's getting hot outside. The Rays are sucking it up at home. Yeah. They're giving up a lot of home runs. I think missing the Trop syndrome right now is at its all-time highest. Yeah. If the Rays start winning at home, it'll go down.
Yeah. And I'll say this, there's not much stadium news out there right now, but just know that all the Orlando stuff that's kind of arising right now, and it's really the headlines and stuff, Morgan & Morgan backing it up and stuff, a lot of that is just Orlando trying to catch up with where Tampa Bay is right now as far as their stadium news goes. They're working in the background. We don't quite know any of the details and stuff like that, but as of right now, a lot of the people out there are telling the true Tampa fans to not be too worried with Orlando as it is right now. So, hopefully within the calendar year, we really start moving with the Tampa Bay Stadium, and a lot of that could happen really quickly. So, hopefully one morning we wake up to a world's worth of headlines. But right now, as it stands, not much news, but don't be concerned about the Orlando stuff.
I mean, we did get a lot of news in a month span.
That's what it is. I mean, it's kind of
it's going to be ups and downs.
Right now we're in the valley, but we're gonna hit a peak sooner than later. So yeah, I think what the Orlando is doing right now is essentially what Tampa St. Pete did in the 90s, 80s, 90s. So it'll be curious if Orlando builds this stadium without the confirmation of a team, but it could happen.
We'll see.
Be the world's coolest shopping mall. That's what it'll be. There's supposed to be a shopping mall connected to it, as far as the renderings say.
To Orlando?
Yeah, the Orlando Stadium is supposed to have a shopping mall connected to the stadium.
Let's move the Rays to Orlando then. That's awesome.
Heck no, bro.
I don't know.
If they go to Orlando, they're dead to me.
Fair enough. Back to Longo.
I mean, that's all the news.
That's all it is. Back to Longo. This is something that we actually did an Instagram post on. So if you are on YouTube and you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us there, TB3 Sports Talk. But we were talking about the greatest Tampa Bay athletes of all time. The Tampa Bay GOATs, whether it's Buccaneers or Lightning or Rays. And Joel has an argument and has the thought that maybe Evan Longoria is his greatest Tampa Bay athlete of all time.
And the reason why is because before Longo made his first game with the Rays, and even before he was drafted, really the transition of the Rays started when we drafted Evan Longoria. Something just changed within the front office, changed within the field, knowing that we have a guy like Evan Longoria coming. And the day he came, it changed everything for the Devil Rays, then the Rays, and we haven't looked back since. I said it to these guys. I think had we not drafted Evan Longoria, we probably would have broke our contract and we'd be playing in Nashville by like 2012, 2014. Like, he changed the dynamics of the Rays, and we're still experiencing the fruit of that today here in Tampa. Like, and pretty soon in a home stadium in Tampa. So thank you, Evan Longoria, is all I gotta say.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Joel, in the sense of, again, I am a newer Rays fan than Joel is here, or maybe Will is. I'm a little bit younger. I got into baseball later on in my life. But, ever since I've been a Rays fan, which started 2018, 2017, they've always had this, aura. That's not the right, the reputation. That's what I'm looking for. They've always had the reputation of a winning organization, an organization that may not spend the most money, may not, have the best owner, may not have the World Series rings, but they have a winning reputation, whether it is, making the good trades, or whether it is getting the most out of talent, or whether it is, making the playoffs, 5 years in a row. And that started, like you said, with Evan Longoria. Yeah. It was a true, I know some of our fans, because of not having a World Series or with the low attendance, the word poverty gets thrown out for the Rays very often. And it gets thrown out for all franchises. That's kind of just the social media, world we live in. Yeah. But, currently the Rays are not a poverty organization. I think you could say they're one of the most...
I would disagree with that.
But you could say that, but before Longoria, there was no disagreeing that they were a poverty organization. Yeah. So at least, he made it where half the people can disagree on it.
Yeah, the pieces were in line before Longoria, but when he came into the building, we went to the World Series.
He was the cog that made it it all turn.
He was the final piece.
Yep. Yeah, and it's crazy. His rookie year going to the World Series.
And we had a lot of those people before, and we kind of would win, but ultimately by the end of the season, we would wear out, and we would be 90-plus losses, 2006, 2007. But when he came in 2008, we haven't looked back.
Yeah, so, what a great athlete. For me, I think my number one Tampa athlete of all time has to be Steven Stamkos. You look at the accolades. You look at, what the Lightning have been since he was drafted, and the powerhouse, like true powerhouse organization that they have become, with multiple Stanley Cups, with multiple Stanley Cup appearances, with a boatload of playoff series wins. That started pretty much when Steven Stamkos came into the league, was drafted, all that good stuff. And it's just, I just think that he is the greatest. He has the accolades. He has the team success. He has he is like the identity of Tampa. Even though he left for Nashville, he did sign that second contract. There was all the rumors. Could have gone to Toronto, but he didn't.
Took a hometown discount.
Yeah. So for me, I think he has to be the greatest. For me, I put Derek Brooks number 2, and then I put Mike Evans 3. A lot of Bucks on this list.
Yeah, it was a Bucks.
It was a Bucks-filled list. I think another point of contention that I think we disagree on is should Tom Brady be considered a top 10 athlete in Tampa sports history?
I think absolutely.
What would your reasoning be for that?
Look at where the Bucks were, man. Like we hadn't had a playoff win since the Super Bowl. We hadn't been to the playoffs since early 2008. We were dead in the water. Like, maybe Jameis Winston could have taken us to the promised land, but do you really think that? Like, he'd have had a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. He'd had a pick 6
in the first count in the wild card
not
game.
Even for that, for the game that would have clinched the playoffs, like that Week 17, Week 18 game. So, Tom Brady ushered in a sense of winning in the same way that Longo, in the same way that Stamkos did. Like, I think, like, if you were to have, like, your 3 guys on your 3-person Mount Rushmore, because we kicked one of them out, because we don't have a basketball team, it's Stamkos, Longo, Tombo.
Yes,
Stammo, Longo, and Tombo. That's my quote of the week, guys. You can find that on our Instagram.
There you go. I disagree. I think that Tom Brady, he definitely fulfilled the stable quarterback position that we needed. But I do think that he got so much credit, which he deserved, but I do think that team was built very, very well by Jason Light. I think Jameis Winston would not have done it, but if Jason Light had found another stable veteran quarterback, I think we could have had similar results. That's just me. But also, you can't deny the belief that came with Tom Brady coming.
That's part of the. That's what broke the culture of losing. Like, I don't know if I'm trying to think of like Jay Cutler.
Dirk Cutter?
No. There was a quarterback around that time who could have come. Yeah. He was
it
with
wasn't Jay Cutler.
It was with the. I think I'm thinking of him.
Okay.
Like he could have come through. He couldn't have fixed it. It had to be somebody with the prestige of Tom Brady to say no. Like I'm better than your entire identity. I'm freaking Tom Brady.
Fair.
Like I don't think a mid-range quarterback could do that. Now a mid-range quarterback like Baker Mayfield. Now
He's not mid-range. He at his point when he came up, he was mid-range.
Top 12. I don't know. I can't say top
fair,
10.
Fair. I don't know. Last year, top 10. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I do think I see that point, and I think he was instrumental. But I do think that winning culture was built by some Buck lifers like Mike Evans, Levante David. I think those teams were stacked. Now you could say those teams were stacked because Brady brought those people over. But for me, on my list of top 10 Tampa sports athletes, I'm looking for longevity, and the fact that Tom Brady only played 3 years in Tampa, that's why he didn't make my top 10. But yeah, on Instagram we got the full list. I mean, what's another thing? Martin St. Louis never made any of our lists.
It was just the way he went out.
So, and then Steven Stamkos. Okay, another good one. Steven Stamkos, I think, is our all consensus number one Lightning player of all time.
Agreed.
So who would you put in as number 2?
I mean, for me, just going off my list, I think the only other Lightning that I put on was Victor Hedman.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think, like you look at Mr. Defense for the Tampa Bay Lightning, it's been Victor Hedman for, I think, 15 years plus at this point.
He's now the captain. I completely agree with you on that one. I think Victor Hedman is the second best Lightning player of all time. I think
if you were to build a team, you would want
an
offensive guy and a defensive guy.
And I almost think you want the defensive guy first.
True.
Yeah, I think like he has been the rock for our team. He's been so good. He won the Norris Trophy or the whatever you went. He won the Norris, which is for the best defenseman. And I also think he won the playoff MVP trophy in one of those years. We won the Stanley Cup.
I would imagine.
But I think, there's also something to be said of, there's undisputed that Victor Hedman is the best defenseman in Lightning history. And there's something to be said for being the best at your position to ever play in the Lightning. Yeah. I think some people disagree. Some people have Vinny LeCavalier over. Some people have Martin St. Louis. Some people have Cooch. For me, I would put Victor Hedman as number 2. I think that's a fair take.
I think it just comes with the fact that he was on the Stanley Cup runs.
Yeah, and it just also comes to the fact that he was the rock, the rock for for those whole runs. But yeah, comment down below your thoughts on this matter. Who is your greatest Tampa Bay player of all time? I'll just say our full list just so we're clear. We're not gatekeeping it on Instagram, but you guys should go on Instagram. We got a lot of engagement, a lot of comments telling us their opinions. It's a great community over there. So if you're on YouTube, head over to Instagram. If you are seeing this for some reason from Instagram, head over to YouTube. We got a great community over there too. But my list would be Steven Stamkos number 1, Derek Brooks number 2, Mike Evans number 3, Evan Longoria number 4, Leroy Selman number 5. For me, that's just like what he's meant for Tampa. The fact that he was a great Buck. He basically built US. Yeah, that's why he's so high for me. And then Victor Hedman number 6, Warren Sapp number 7. Because man, you look at that guy's individual accolades. He's a freak. He has such a high peak with the Bucks. It's hard not to put him there. Vincent LeCavalier at number 8, Nikita Kucherov number 9, and Levante David number 10. And then we move on to Joel's list. Joel had Evan Longoria number 1, Steven Stamkos number 2, Tom Brady number 3. Like you said, that Tombo, Stamkos, and Longo.
The top 3. Just put those guys on the three-person Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Derek Brooks number 4, Victor Hedman number 5, Levante David number 6, Carl Crawford number 7. Got to give some love to the Rays. I respect that. Rondé Barber number 8, most iconic player in Bucks history. Vincent LeCavalier number 9, and Mike Evans number 10. And then Will did a list.
I'm getting a lot of heat for putting Mike Evans number 10, but he's got butterfingers.
Yeah,
he's got butterfingers.
People love Mike, especially like the my age and younger. They love Mike Evans. They will die for him.
I mean, some of those drops keep me up at night.
They do. And then Will had Rondé Barber number 1, Steven Stamkos number 2, Derek Brooks number 3, Vincent LeCavalier number 4, Longo number 5, Mike Evans 6, Nikita Kucherov 7, Levante David 8, Tom Brady 9, Leroy Selman 10. So that's our list. Head over to Instagram, leave a comment on YouTube. Who's your GOAT? Who's your favorite Tampa athlete of all time? Just let us know. We like to have these conversations. We want to be the outlet where Tampa fans can express their opinions, and I think we do that, and we want to keep doing that. So we'll keep doing stuff like this. But we got a ball club playing right now.
That we do.
Ball club playing up, down, up, down. And it really depends. Are they sleeping in their home beds or are they sleeping in a hotel bed?
They love those hotel beds. It's the bug bites. It's the bed bugs. The bed bugs are giving them superpowers.
They're getting superpowers from the bed bugs.
Yeah.
Yep. So, if you know what we're talking about, I'm sure you guys do. But it's Tampa Bay Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays had another just up and down, road trip, or just up and down week and a half, if you will. You got the Rays taking a series against the Yankees the last time we were able to record and talk to you guys. And then they came back home for a 6-game homestand, and again, their curse continued. They got swept by the Philadelphia Phillies, which is a team that they have struggled with mightily. I think they're on like an 8 or 9 game losing streak against the Phillies. They are just struggling, and then at that point, they were on a 7-game losing streak, and they had lost 11 out of their last 12 home games in Steinbrenner Field. But they would bounce back and get a couple really nice wins against Milwaukee, a team that was a playoff team last year. Seems to always, they're very similar to the Rays. Get the most out of their players, pitch the ball really well. You saw that. These were some hard-fought games. Highlight of that series was Travis Jankowski, the new guy, getting the walk-off on the Saturday game. The Rays weren't able to complete the sweep on Sunday, but tight games throughout, some good clutch hitting. And then the Rays went back on the road, which, again, is like music to our ears here at TB3. And today they were able to finish up a series win against the Toronto Blue Jays. They won the first game. Crazy game.
Dude, that's a game you'll remember for the next 5 years plus.
Yes, crazy game. If you guys don't remember or if you guys didn't watch, this was a game the Rays had multiple big leads. Danny Jansen got a home run in his return back to Toronto. But they lost the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Dalton Varsho hit 2 home runs, including a go-ahead one against Edwin Uceda. We'll talk about him later and just the bullpen in general. So the Rays headed into the 9th inning down 1 run against Jeff Hoffman. Jeff or Trevor? It's Jeff. Jeff Hoffman, who had been one of the better closers in baseball, had some really, really good numbers, came over from Philadelphia to Toronto, and he blew the save, man. The Rays were able to get 5 runs in the 9th inning. Chandler Simpson started off tying it up with a RBI single. Some great at-bats. You got a hit and run in there from Danny Jansen. Just love when the Rays play baseball like that. And then bases loaded, 1 out, 2 strikes. Junior Caminero has his signature moment, a go-ahead grand slam. The bullpen would try to blow that game. Pete Fairbanks with a tough outing. But Mason Montgomery would come in and close the game out, and the Rays would win that one 11-9. Crazy game. They would lose the next one just on a low-scoring game where they weren't able to get some big clutch hits. But today, it was the Lowe and Lau show. Josh Lowe came back from the IL, and in his first game, he went 3 for 5 with a home run. Love to see his name back in the lineup. And also Brandon Lau had 2 home runs, and the Rays won 8-3. Zach Littell went 7 1/3 innings pitched, only giving 3 earned runs. And that's a series win on the road. Another series win on the road. The Rays have been just fantastic on the road. I have it here. They started the season off 0-4 on the road, and since then they are 10-2 in their last 9-2. Yeah, I think 9-2 in their last 11 road games, which is just so odd. I think I saw they're now the 3rd best road team in all of baseball. In terms of winning percentage. Just crazy stuff. But Joel, a whole lot of Rays baseball that's gone on, a lot of ups and downs. What has caught your eyes with the Rays in this last week or so?
I think it's all about the starting pitching. If the starting pitching can, keep you 2 runs or less, get you to the 7th or 8th inning, you're looking good. But if you have to give the bullpen too many innings, it's going to get ugly.
I agree. Any starter that has caught your eye specifically this week?
You look at Zach Littell today, like, holy guacamole. Like, I was praying that he'd get the complete game today, but it just, it didn't work out that way. But he looked amazing today. He's been looking great so far this season. Like, he's legitimately like an upper mid-level pitcher.
Absolutely. He's been really good. He started off slow. A lot of people were calling for his head, all that stuff. Still at a 4.3 ERA. But if you look at his last, few starts, let's look at today, 7 1/3 innings pitched, only 3 earned runs given up. You look at last Friday against the Brewers, 6 innings pitched and only 2 earned runs given up. And then you look at the game before against the Yankees, 7 innings pitched and 2 earned runs given up. And then against San Diego as well, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs giving up. So that is a streak of 4 starts in a row that have been solid. Yeah, and then Ryan Pepiot yesterday had a lot of good stuff, man. He was dominant through the first 5 innings. Then a leadoff walk and a 2-out, 3-run home run on a mislocated pitch, a fastball right down the middle. It really hurts.
It's another one of those games where we just wasted the runs today and tomorrow. Like I was thinking about this series, It's like it was a 1-run sandwich. Like we had tons of runs, and then we were just like, well, here's 1 run for the middle game.
Yeah, you're gonna get that with the Rays.
Yes.
But yeah, it's really, really fun. I'm looking, because again, home run prevention. So the home run, just in general, the home run ball has been the downfall of the Rays this year. It really has been. I think you can say that home run prevention by the Rays pitching staff, whether it's starting or bullpen, has been their biggest problem this year. I know the offense has their up and downs, but when your starting pitching is giving up home runs, that not only gives the offense less leeway, gives them a lot more pressure to perform, but it gives the pitching staff less leeway. I mean, a home run can absolutely debunk a great outing. We saw it with Ryan Pepiot last night. We saw it with Shane Baz against the Blue Jays on Tuesday nights. Home runs just kill your outing. Because again, it only takes.
Happen today.
What's happened? Even Littell. I mean, even Littell. We are boasting about how good his start is. He gave up 3 solo home runs, and they didn't really hurt because they were solos.
Start's over.
Yeah, and again, those ones they didn't hurt because there was no runners on base today. But it's one swing, and it changes the scoreboard. And I know that it's like this is such a simple concept, but it's killing the Rays. It is absolutely hurting the Rays' performance and I think that's their biggest problem. Right now, they have given up the 3rd most home runs in all of baseball. The Baltimore Orioles are number 1, and they have had all types of pitching injuries and just a whole lot of problems this year, having a terrible season. And the Blue Jays are number 2. 3 AL East teams
that's
at the
crazy.
Top at being the worst. Does that just mean
like the Yankees are hitting a lot of home runs off?
Yeah, well, that's probably true. And I mean, AL East stadiums are pretty small. But it's just interesting because you look at the Orioles, they're number 1. They've given up the most home runs. They have a team ERA in the 5s. The Blue Jays have a 4.4 ERA. You know, the Diamondbacks, who are just below us, have a 4.71 ERA. The Angels, who are 5th, have a 5 ERA. The Marlins have a 5. The Rockies have a 5. The Cubs have a 4. We're the only team this high in giving up home runs that have a 3.84 team ERA. We have a 1.2 WHIP. It's just very interesting. And if the Rays, again, this is something that it is easier said than done. I understand that's easier said than done. But if the Rays pitching staff can just cut their home run prevention or home run output allowed in half, just cut it in half, the Rays will start to win games in droves. Like, seriously, I think that this is their biggest problem, and it has a solution. I mean, the Rays here, let's just do the home run margin because it's just been brutal, right? The Rays have given up 62 home runs in the season. Now let's look and see how many home runs the Rays have hit. They're towards the bottom of the league, and they have hit 39 home runs. So they are at a minus 23 in their home run deficit. You can't win. You can't win. It's a miracle they've won as much as they have with that going against them. It's crazy. As for, I mean, just some other good news. Josh Lowe came back. How was that? That felt good, didn't it?
I mean, yeah. Like I've been asking for his head, but today going 3 for 5, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Him and Lau going 6 for 10 total. It's like, all right, we're the Lau power. Like, no need to get rid of these guys.
Yeah, no, it absolutely.
I liked him batting leadoff too. Like, I thought that was nice. Like,
I did too.
Like we haven't been hitting Yanni Diaz leadoff of late, and I think that's been really helping with the flow of the lineup.
Yeah, well, we didn't have Yanni Diaz today because
we didn't have the whole series, but I think going forward and even before that, we haven't been. Yeah,
it was Simpson. Simpson's been leading off a lot.
We've been using Diaz more in like the 2-3 spot, and it's been good.
Yeah, I do like giving Yanni Diaz that opportunity to get the people on, get those singles,
get some RBIs with those doubles.
Yeah, and then another. I don't know if his on-base streak is going, but if you look in the last 7 days, Danny Jansen has a 421 on-base percentage. He was at I think, an 18 or 19
I
game.
screenshotted it when it was on the TV.
But I think he lost it last night. I'm pretty sure he lost it last night.
That's why we start talking about it, and he gets in his head.
Let's see. I'm going to look and see because I'm pretty sure he lost it last night. I think it was 18 he lost it. Danny Jansen. Yep, he lost it last night. It was about an 18.
Because we kept talking about it.
Yeah, it was an 18 game on base streak that he lost. But again, he's been swinging about better. Got the home run against Toronto. That was good. Brandon Lau has heated up. In his last 6 games, he has 3 home runs. He has a double. He's hitting .333. He's a 1.135 OPS. That's what we need to see from Brandon Lau. He has been struggling. He was under 200 in his batting average at one point. He has to get it going, and he has 2 home runs a day. We know Brandon Lau, when he hits home runs, it's coming in bunches.
Oh, yeah, he gets hot.
So we might have a 2-week stretch where we might be talking about.
If we can have like superhero Brandon Lau for a couple weeks, like we're going to get 9-10 wins.
Yeah, because, let's think about who's been a superhero all dang season long. And his name is Jonathan Aranda.
Yes.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
He's amazing, man. He's hitting .325 with a .415 on base percentage and a .955 OPS. This isn't in his last week. This is on the whole entire darn season. 6 home runs, hit a monster shot in Toronto the other day on Tuesday. He has just been amazing.
Yeah.
You just watch this guy in the box, and the way he works at bats, the way, yesterday, I think he ended up lining out or something like that, but it was like a 12-pitch at bat, and, it was funny because, the relief pitcher that came in, he tried, it was 10 pitches in, and then he, for the first time, tries, a sidearm throw. And Brian Ayers he's trying everything to get him out. And then he throws, he did, a different leg kick. And it was man, Jonathan Aranda right now is so hard to get out that pitchers are changing the way that they're delivering pitches because they're struggling that so much. So that's just been very good to see. We mentioned the Junior Caminero signature moment against the Blue Jays. Another good positive story is Cameron Meisner was on the struggle bus, man. He had been struggling for a long time. It had been about a 2 or 3 week stretch where he was rocking a 5 for 40, just not seeing the ball well after his really, really good start. But he hit a home run today. Has a few hits, hitting .316 on base in his last 6 games. But he has, again, it was good to see him hit that home run today because he's been in a bad slump. Bullpen. Do we want to talk about the bullpen, Joel?
I was just looking at it because I've been pretty cheesed off about the bullpen, but we're 9th in ERA in baseball as a bullpen. So
really,
yeah, it's not as bad as it looks. But I guess when it rains, it pours. It's not just it's not like we gave up 1 run here and there. It's we gave up 3-4 runs.
So here's an interesting. I pulled up some.
So our ERA is 3.42.
Yes. So I pulled up some stats. That's down from when last time I saw it.
Good down or bad down?
Yeah, it was 3.51 the last time I saw it.
Okay, but so we're getting better.
So these stats, I pulled them up yesterday, so they're maybe a little bit dated, but the gist is probably similar. At that point, the Rays had pitched 143.2 innings pitched from their bullpen, and they had given up 20 home runs, which is quite a bit of a chunk. But the interesting thing that I saw was the percentage rate of fly balls given up by the pitcher that turned out to be home runs. So anytime the ball is hit in the air, it becomes a home run, right? 13.9. So basically 14% of fly balls given up by Rays pitchers become home runs at the last time I saw it.
All right, and that makes sense because I just did the math on that. That is the 4th worst team in baseball.
Oh, and ERA or home runs?
Giving up home runs by...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's the home run ball.
Only 3 teams worse than us on that.
Bro, dude, Joel, that's almost at 1 in every 5, let's say 1 in every 6 times the ball is hit in the air against a Rays reliever, it becomes a home run.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's crazy.
That's how I felt today. I was watching that game, and we've got a little bit of a cushion on the lead, and it was all right, bullpen, let's see you do your best work, because the tying hitter came up in the 8th inning, I want to say, and it was all right, come on, we scripted it, let's go. Tie that game up, Blue Jays, let's do it.
Yeah, it feels like anytime the tying runs get on base, that's a home run. It's a home run. I'm interested to see.
I don't know what it is about this bullpen. Like, I came into the season not feeling very comfortable with them, and I guess it's just heads or tails, like coin flip on if the bullpen's going to be good or bad. Like, it's just, you never know how we're going to write it up.
Here at TB3, we don't like to pile on to one guy. But I think the biggest problem in the Rays bullpen so far has been a guy who was amazing last year, but he just hasn't had it this year. It's Edwin Uceta. Edwin Uceta has a 5.3 ERA or a 5.6 ERA and a 1.53 WHIP, meaning he's giving up 1.5 base runners per every inning he comes out there.
You don't want that.
You do not want that as a reliever. I'll tell you what. He obviously gave up the go-ahead home run on Tuesday. The Rays bailed him out, but again,
did he come in today?
He did not. That was Manuel Rodriguez, which was a point I was going to come up, in saying that Edwin Uceta cannot be pitching these high-leverage innings. He really can't. It's unfair to the Rays as a bullpen, to the Rays as a team. It's unfair to Edwin Uceta because he does not have his best stuff. He deserves and he should be pitching in lower leverage situations to try to find his groove. Right now, in this season, his ERA when he comes into the 8th inning is a 9.00.
Do you send a guy like that to Durham just to find himself?
You might. I wouldn't hate that decision. I would prefer them to allow him to be the first guy out, pitch the 5th inning, pitch the 6th inning, in the majors. But I would not be opposed to them sending to Durham.
If he stinks, it's like, all right, we're down 7 runs in the 5th.
Well,
Pack
again,
it up, boys.
But you might, but that lower,
It's lower stress, but I mean, like, is that really what he needs?
I don't know. He had an okay stretch, but again, a 9.00 ERA in the 8th inning this season, and Kevin Cash brings him out in high leverage. Why are we doing this?
I know why he's doing it, and he says it all the time. It's like, I don't want to give up on my boys. Like, I don't want him to lose confidence if I put him into the 5th. But it's like,
but it's
all right,
not,
Kevin, it's not working, bro.
But it's not fair because
we've got 10 years of record on that one.
But it's not fair because you have a guy like Garrett Clevenger this year who has a 2.25 ERA and a 0.75 WHIP on the season. You have a guy.
I want Garrett Clevenger to be my closer.
Yeah, I wouldn't even hate that.
Put Fairbanks in the 8th. Yeah, it's a little less stress.
Yeah,
for
and
him.
then even you have a guy who came in today, Manuel Rodriguez. He was the one who came in and got them out of that situation after Littell.
Yeah.
At the point where I wrote this down, he had a 2.29 ERA and a 0.92 WHIP. These two guys have been amazing. They deserve to be even. I'm kind of with Joel, your 8th and 9th inning guys, but Pete hasn't done enough to make me give up on him. So at the very minimum, it should be Clevenger in the 8th, Manny Rodriguez Clevenger in the 7th, Manny Rodriguez in the 8th, Pete in the 9th. Edwin Uceta should not be in this high level situation.
I'm just surprised that Cash is so married to Pete being the closer, because back in the day when he first started, it was a no closer role. It was a pitch when you've been put in. Like, everybody's like, I'm not a closer. I'll pitch whenever Cash puts me in. But maybe 3-4 years, they've really been solidified on Fairbanks being the closer.
It's one of the few traditional thing the Rays have been on, which is keeping him as a closer. I agree. It is a bit odd.
I haven't looked at the stats, but I bet you that's when he started to slip a little bit.
Well, I do think there was that stretch in the 2021, 2022. Even I think it was 23. It was 2022 to 2023 where he was the closer, and he was that guy.
Lights up.
He was that guy. Like at the beginning of 2023 during that winning streak we had.
I think that's kind of when we were like, all right, this guy's the closer.
Yeah, and then I think once we got to late into 2023, that's kind of where he started slipping, and then early 2024, he had all the stuff in the offseason. He had the injuries. Yeah. He had a rough season last year. But he's been. I mean, let's pull up Pete Fairbanks' stats right now. I mean, it's 2.65 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP is what concerns you with Pete Fairbanks. That's a good question. Does it tell me? It says. Oh, so only one blown save.
That's
8
good.
saves out of 9 opportunities. I do think he has messed up a couple tie games, though.
Yeah, but again, I guess if we're winning it, it's like no harm, no foul.
Yeah, I mean, the Rays overall, you wouldn't think this, but I think...
But even now, I mean, that might be better because you can have a blown save on a win. So he might only have a one blown save.
I don't think you can have a blown save if you win a game.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But I think... one of those games, I think it was the Philly game, the one where the Phillies came back, was the first time the Rays had blown a game with the lead after the 8th inning all season. The Rays have a very good record when they get on top, but they very rarely score the first run. It's interesting. But, I mean, any other notes? I think bullpen, again, hitting is going to sort itself out. It's never going to be great, but I think the lineup's taking shape. You know, you're going to get Yandy Diaz back with the whole passport thing. You got Josh Lowe back. Chandler Simpson has continued to be awesome. I love watching that guy hit. Brandon Lau seems to be heating up. Aranda is amazing. Taylor Walls. We didn't talk about Taylor Walls. He had that stretch where he was balling.
Yeah, did he have a home run this week?
That was the week before, but I think he had a 4-hit game recently.
Yeah,
and he had like a 3-hit game. Let's pull up Taylor Walls in the last 15 days.
All right, yeah, give him some flowers.
I think he deserves some flowers, and I hope
it's because he knows his seat's hot. He's like, all right, here comes the guy we signed.
All right, here we go. In the last 11 games, Taylor Walls is hitting .294 with a .375 on base percentage. He has 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and he has only 6 strikeouts and 5 walks. He's been solid, man.
I mean, and of course, it's right as he's about to lose his position.
Well, I think we still got another month until Kim's going to come back. But he's been solid. It's almost like, hey, let's keep Walls up when Kim comes back and Curtis Meade can go.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, so, yeah, he's been really solid. But, again, you want to see some more from the catcher. You want to see Jansen continue to go up. Meisner's been really good. But the Rays lineup is kind of starting to take shape. Again, I'm with Joel. I hate when we score a bunch and then score 1 the next game.
I mean, that's probably classic Rays. I'm sure other teams are doing it too.
Very rarely are the Rays going to score 4 runs and lose.
I mean, you always hear the guys say like hitting is contagious, and you can really see it with the Rays because I mean, like you either have nothing or you have 12 runs.
Yeah, no, seriously. Or you have 16 and then you have like 1 run the rest of the week. That was crazy. Yeah. But I do like the lineup. I love Josh Lowe coming back. I hope he can stay hot because he had a good spring training. I hope he can continue this because when he's on, he's an X factor for this team.
I mean, if he can hit like 265, with like 15 home runs, 60 RBIs the rest of the season, like he deserves every flower I can buy.
Yeah, and that would be huge for this team. That's what this team needs.
I mean, the season that he had great success, like it was phenomenal. But so if he can recapture something like that, you'll never hear another peep out of me. But if not, trade him. I mean, look at he got a home run today. Trade him.
Officially, I kind of hope Pete gets hot for the sake that the Rays will win. Yeah. But I also want him gone at the deadline. Like
Pete Fairbanks?
If we could trade Pete Fairbanks to a team that needs bullpen help for like a hitter that can contribute, that's my dream. Yeah. I almost think like if we can trade one of our starters, like maybe like a Littell or maybe Taj Bradley. Littell's been really good, but maybe or even like a Shane. I don't want to do Shane Baz, but even like a Taj Bradley or Littell, like package Pete and him and get like an actual legit starting caliber right-handed hitter for this team and bring up Joe Boyle from Durham, who's been cooking. Like that would be great. That would make this team lethal, man.
Yeah. Like kind of like
even with Hassan Kim, like a right-handed hitter that can hit home runs.
That'd be kind of fun. Like welcome back to the Trop, where bad boys, something like that.
I love that. Welcome back to Detroit, we're bad boys. Yeah.
I was gonna say this. As much as I hate how the Rays operate and all their tradings and whatnots, I was kind of looking around, just meandering through the internet, and I saw that essentially the lineage of Tim Beckham has given us Junior Caminero.
It's crazy, man. I love the trade tree.
Like the trade trees are crazy, but that's a current. Tim Beckham has a trade tree going on right now. So
and then Delman Young is Christopher Morel. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because it's funny because in the Milwaukee series, the starting pitcher for the Brewers was the guy that we traded to the Guardians for Junior Caminero, and now he was on Milwaukee pitching to Junior Caminero.
Okay,
it was interesting. But yeah, trade trees are so wacky, especially with the Rays. Yeah. I love it.
They keep getting bigger and longer.
Yeah, it's somehow they're not dying.
No,
they're like those big the redwood trees at in San Francisco.
Yeah, because I think that pitcher you were talking about was the guy we traded Beckham for. Like Beckham went. We got that pitcher.
There might be a trade in between.
Yeah, there was a trade in between. So we traded Beckham for that pitcher. That pitcher went, and we got Junior Caminero.
Wow. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
So that's the third, the like
I've always thought,
grandkid, I guess.
I don't know. I might do. I've always wanted to do a post where it's like the family tree line, but it's just a trade tree. We should do that. That would be really fun.
Because like the Delman Young one is like 7.
Oh, it's insane. It's almost like gotten too much notoriety, but we could still do it. Anyways, how we feel? We're feeling good about the Rays so far, especially on the road.
We're on the road, and it's the Marlins. So
yes,
dare I say sweep or bust?
Maybe. I'll take a series win, but sweep would be amazing.
I'm saying sweep or bust.
All right. So the Rays, they are on the road against the Marlins. They get Yandy Diaz back after the passport situation.
Especially after the hitting we saw this series.
Yeah. It's Josh Lowe coming back. And then next week, the Rays have a 6-game homestand. They got the Astros at home, and they got the Blue Jays at home. So, again, these are all winnable series. If you look at the Rays next month, you get the Marlins, Astros, Blue Jays, Twins, Astros again. You got the Rangers, which suck, and then the Marlins, and then you get back to playing tougher competition. But the Rays should be able to make up some ground in the next 3 or so weeks because they're playing. They had a really tough stretch. They played Red Sox, Yankees, Phillies, Brewers, Padres, Diamondbacks. These are tough teams. These are a lot of teams that play. Royals, who were playing amazing baseball
Tigers.
At that point. Yeah, or we didn't get Tigers yet.
Didn't.
Praise the Lord. Tigers are they're the best team in the AL by record.
I thought that was another one of those series where we lost 2 or 3.
No, we had Yankees twice.
Okay.
Yeah. So, tough stretch, getting a little easier. Rays already got a series win on the road. Let's see if they can do it again. So I guess, we'll predict we'll do Marlins and Astros. Road series, home series, Joel.
All right. Oh, crap, the home series.
Yeah.
I was going to go 2 or 3, but we're at home. We're losing 2 out of 3 on that one. Sweep for the Marlins, lose 2 out of 3 for the Astros.
So a 4-2 2-series stretch. I'm going to say 5-1. Sweep the Marlins 2 out of 3 against the Astros.
Right, we can hope.
We can hope. And then
is the Astros series, is that the one? I think the next series, I think Blue Jays is the Memorial Day series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't think we have a game on Memorial Day.
We do. It's a night game. It's weird. It's not a day game. It's a night game.
Hold up. Well, then that might not be the Blue Jays then.
Okay. May 27th.
We do. It's the
Twins. So Blue Jays is that Sunday.
That could be I wonder if they got. I might go to that. That'd be a fun game to go to.
Yeah, I'm hoping tickets are reasonable.
I just saw it said $8.
$8? Okay.
Here we go. We'll see. So I'm gonna say 5-1. Who do I think's hitting the home? I think Josh Lowe's going to stay hot. I think he's going to hit 1 or 2 home runs in the next couple of games.
That's a good pick. Give me Christopher Morel.
I like that.
He's not going to hit a home run, but
know,
bro, I'm confident in you.
Dude, I love when you're believing. That makes me so happy that you believe in Christopher Morel.
I mean, I liked him way before he was a Ray. So
really,
I mean, he was on my fantasy team back in the day. And he was pretty good. Like, when he was on the Cubs, he'd have a good week here and there.
Yeah, he had a good year in
2020. He was a good right fielder to pick up on a fantasy team a couple years ago.
All right. There we go. So that's how the Rays are looking. But we have one more thing before we leave you guys. Yesterday night, the Bucs schedule was released. So if you guys don't know at home, I'll tell you guys. The Bucs schedule. It starts off on the road, 1 p.m. in Atlanta against the Falcons. And in week 2, they're on the road again, Monday Night Football against the Texans. Then their home opener is week 3 at home against the Jets. Week 4 at home against the Eagles. That'll be a fun one, 1 p.m. Then week 5 will be across the country at Seattle at 4:05. Then they'll come back home against the San Francisco 49ers. I feel like we play them every freaking year, and I don't like it. We always lose. And then they go on the road at Detroit, Monday Night Football. That will be a toughie. And then another road game against the Saints on the road. Then week 9 is their bye week. Love that. Bye week right in the middle of the season.
That is a great
right in the middle of the season. That is amazing. Then they're at home against the Patriots, week 10, 1 p.m. Then they go on the road against the Bills. Week 11, but as a 1 p.m. game, shouldn't be too cold. Won't be like snowstormy.
That's a cool game too, because that's the last season they have in that stadium.
Wow,
maybe we should road trip. We're on the farewell tour.
Yeah, we'll take a road trip, bro.
See how cruddy that stadium is.
What?
See how cruddy the stadium is.
Hey, it'll be a fun.
I love saying sayonaras to stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm still sad I didn't see the Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah, dude, that is rough. And then week 12 in Los Angeles. I don't know if you saw this, Joel. But there was a lot of rumors that the Bucs and Rams would be playing on Thanksgiving night Like, I saw that, and I was excited.
Man, that'd have been a good
But
game.
it's Sunday Night Football instead. So that stinks.
That's
but
too much pressure. I think we'd have lost that game.
we probably would have, but man,
just for the
it would have been
entertainment.
It would have been awesome to have Bucks football on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Like, that's something I need to see in my
I don't know if
life.
I can handle that kind of stress.
I don't know. Well, remember when they had the Christmas game?
That was stressful.
That was stressful.
so stressful.
That was stressful. I can't deny it. Then they go back home week 13 at home against the Cardinals, week 14 at home against the Saints, and then Thursday Night Football week 15 at home against the Falcons. Only one Thursday Night Football game. Thank the Lord. I hate Thursday Night Football.
Thank you, Jesus.
Week 16 on the road at the Panthers, week 17 on the road against the Dolphins, week 18 at home against the Panthers. So what is your initial thoughts on the Bucs schedule? I know it's very early.
It's an easier schedule in comparison to past years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you're catching a lot of these teams on down years, and then the division is as easy as it usually is.
I agree. I do think the Falcons and Panthers will be better, but I don't think they're going to be. I don't buy them being as good as some people think they're going to be.
I think it's at least a split. Hopefully you win both.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still in both those games.
I'm a huge fan of starting on the road against the Falcons. I feel like we do
Agreed.
good, and I think that's going to be a good start for us, and I think we can get a big win week one.
Those games early in the season are the hottest, so
Yeah.
good to get
Uh-huh.
good to get some road games out of the way, kind of stay out of the heat, and then have all these home games for toward the end of the season. Like,
Yeah, and
two road games out of the way while you're still 100% in your health.
And then 4 primetime games. We know the Bucs have struggled. They haven't won a regular season primetime game since Baker Mayfield became the quarterback. But
If they
week
can,
2,
if they can go 500 in those.
I would love that.
Yeah.
But week 2 at Texans, Monday Night Football, I think that's a great opportunity to get that primetime monkey off your back. It's not a divisional team. The Texans are coming off a little bit of a down year. They still have C.J. Stroud, but it's Houston. I don't think it's going to be a crazy loud environment. I think that could be an opportunity to get that primetime monkey off our
That's
back.
the hardest primetime game we have the whole year.
Really? No, Detroit on the road.
Detroit's lost some of their coordinators though.
Yeah, but I mean Detroit's good. I don't buy Houston this year.
No.
I think, Detroit I think is the hardest one, and then Rams on the road will be tough as well. Again, a home opener. Oh, another story. Home opener right now is 1 p.m. That is on September 21st. Right now, the Rays game on September 21st is also scheduled, I think, at 1 p.m. So as of right now, those games would be running simultaneously, and I have to say that I hate that, and I hope the Rays flex their game.
I think they will.
They think they will, yeah. I think they will too. I hope so. We need this doubleheader, guys. We need this doubleheader, guys.
And the reason why I think they'll flex it is because the only time the Rays haven't sold out this year was one of the nights that the Lightning had a home game. I think the evening that they had the afternoon game, so nobody got tickets for the Rays game. So I think if they want to keep any form of sellout percentages going, they're going to have to flex that game. And as well, like the promotion they could have with that would be phenomenal.
Absolutely.
They could charge an arm and a leg for parking, and we'd all do it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're getting
60
two
bucks?
games?
Yeah, 60
$100 parking?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, I think you look at the hardest stretch. I think the last 2 seasons we've had that stretch of we've had a 4-game losing streak. I think the last 2 seasons. The season before it was like Buffalo and then Houston and then all that. And then last year, we had that vaunting schedule, that stretch where we lost. We had Baltimore at home. We lost Evans and Godwin. Then we had Atlanta. Then we had Kansas City. Then we had 49ers. And that was just a brutal stretch. Yeah. This year, that stretch would be Eagles at home, Seahawks on the road, 49ers at home, Lions on the road. But that stretch happens a little earlier in the season this year. So that stretch would be October.
And are the 49ers still believable?
They're still good, but they're not the 49ers of old.
Then there are kryptonite.
And also the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, that's not a proven team either. So all that to say is I agree. I think that this schedule is a lot easier than schedules in years past, and I do think
we don't have the Chiefs. That's a bonus.
Yes. Yes, and
no Ravens.
Yeah, no Ravens. We got the AFC East, which for the most part is not very good. The Patriots aren't that good right now. The Bills are good, but the Jets aren't good. The Dolphins aren't good. Getting the AFC East this year is going to be a added bonus for us.
It would be nice if we stopped getting the NFC West, like you're saying.
I think we just have been getting the 49ers.
Don't we get the Cardinals a lot?
No. I don't think we played the Cardinals a lot. I think that the Cardinals, the last time we played them was that Christmas game. But the 49ers, I think just because of the way the NFL schedules the first place teams playing and stuff like that, like we have got the 49ers
like every
4 years in a row, I think. 3 years in a row.
As long as I can remember.
Yeah, it's been a while. And I think we've lost. I don't know when the last time we beat the 49ers.
Yeah, I don't think they definitely have a streak.
Here, let's look. Hey, guess again. I'll look it up for you. I got you.
I'm gonna say we've lost every game in the streak. The last time we beat them was probably like, oh my gosh.
I'm gonna say 2012.
I'm gonna say I bet you there was a year we got him in the creamsicle or in the clock numbers. I'm gonna say 2014.
Why is it? No, it's. What are we talking about?
What?
It's telling me that the Bucs did not beat the 49ers last year. AI, what are we doing here? Hold up. No, sir. That ain't right.
We did in Madden.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
2018.
Okay, so we got them in the clock.
We got them in 18, and we got them in 16. But we've lost.
I mean, that's surprising.
We've lost 4 years in a row: 19, 22, 23, 24. So this will be our fourth year in a row playing the 49ers. It's interesting. AI was tweaking. It said the Buccaneers beat them in 2023. That was not true.
It's like we wish it was true AI, but
we wish it was Chat GPT. But yeah, any early, way too early record predictions for the Bucs?
I will go. I'm always a little bit low on the Bucs. I should be. I'll go 10-7.
10-7.
Yes.
I think that is low.
Most people are saying 12, but I'm going to go 10.
I'm going to say 12. I'm going to say 12-5. Right. I think the schedule's easier. I love this Bucs team.
We'll probably meet in the middle, go 11
and
but
6.
I think I'm going to go low right now, go 10.
Yeah, getting that 2-win increase for Todd Bowles would be huge for him. Huge for him. And then maybe if he can get that extra win in the playoffs, maybe get
But I think like Vegas has him at like 9. So like,
really? Yeah, Vegas is always tweaking.
If there's any bettors out there,
yeah,
might be a good bet.
Yeah, but again, comment down below. What's your way too early Bucs record prediction? You know, the rookies have been back at minicamp. I saw some early practice photos. So football's a little bit in the air. It's coming around.
Yeah, it's like one day closer.
Training camp will be coming around. You know, July, preseason will be in August, and then we'll be back to football season.
They do their off season so well.
They do. No, it's like NFL is a year-round event. Like it's
part
crazy.
Part of it is that the schedule's so small that you can get excited about it. But I mean, like, hey, they do it right. They're not doing it quietly before the draft. Like, here it is.
Yeah. Oh, the NFL.
John Gruden's got the box.
Yeah. There's a reason why the NFL's king. It's stuff like that. They have a chokehold on
good at what they
sports.
do.
They are great at what they do. Because again, like the draft's an event. Even like the schedule release is an event.
Saying, like, John Gruden just had a box to tell us what their schedule was.
Seriously, you are absolutely correct. It is like that. Yeah, it is the best off season. It's just the best well run. Even college football doesn't do it the same as NFL. Yeah, you're completely right.
And what's the next thing on the schedule? Like, I mean, probably preseason.
Yeah, I mean, we got Rays, and then
there's not another thing on the NFL schedule.
I mean, if you want to say training camp when they get back to practice, but
I
mean, they will make a big deal about that.
Yeah,
they will.
Like, they're in the building.
Yes, they will. I mean, yeah, they will, and they'll be like, so training camp, and then preseason, and then real season. Yeah, so yeah, let us know your comments down below. Let us know your favorite pro sports league if you want to.
Here, let me throw one in while we're doing the schedule. What's the creamsicle game?
Ooh, that's a great question. Hold up, I gotta go back. I hope it's an easy one. I'll tell you what. I hope they pick an easy one, but they're not going to. You know,
I'm gonna say Eagles. No, that's not it.
I'm gonna say. Okay, you ready?
That's not it.
You ready? I'm gonna say Patriots.
I was looking at that one.
I'm gonna say Patriots.
So I was going toward that as you were giving your answer.
Maybe the Patriots will wear their red and orange is too close, but their throwbacks versus
they could do their whites.
They could do. Oh yeah. Well, their main is red though. If they wore all white,
hold up. White numbers.
There is like some rumors. So have you heard about these NFL Rivals jerseys?
Yeah.
The like City Connect jerseys. Yeah. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Like
we're not getting ours until like 2030.
Oh, you're right. We don't have our division this year.
Yeah, the South divisions were last.
Okay, but do they for their 50th year? Do they bust out the all white creamsicles?
I hope.
Or the white orange.
When the Dolphins do that, it's glorious.
Yeah, so they might, but I think they might do the white jerseys this year.
I would hope.
I think they might bust it out.
If we could do that when we play the Lions, like God is good.
Yeah,
God
that's a
is
road
good.
game. I mean, when we did Creamsicle against the Lions and they were in
Yeah.
blue and we were it was beautiful. That was like the most aesthetically pleasing NFL game ever. I saw a jersey rendering of the Seahawks in their old like blue and silver jerseys against our Creamsicles, and like that would be pretty awesome. But that's a road game; they're not going to wear them on the road.
I'm gonna give my answer. I'm gonna say we're gonna do it against the who are we doing it against? There's not really a game.
I think it's Patriots,
It's
bro.
probably
I
Patriots
think
because
it's
that's the right
Patriots.
time of the year. I'm gonna go 49ers week 6.
That's another one that they might do. I actually like that pick a lot.
All right, those are back-to-back home games. So either week 6 or week 10, the two closest home games.
No, it might be. It's one of those two.
All right.
It might be 49ers though. Just because I think they want to do it on the higher profile, which is dumb because we can't win on them. Let's play an easy team.
That's true. Like let's do Panthers.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, yeah,
they won't do that. We'd have to be Saints. Panthers is the last game of the year.
Call up Glazer. That's probably not a bad idea. It's like it's okay. That's what Twitter's for. Everybody will see it tomorrow.
Yeah, I also again I don't know how to research this, but I want to dive in and see what each Tampa team's record is in every jersey they wear.
Yeah, that's what AI is for. But it's like
I don't know if AI is good enough for that.
Quite there.
Yeah,
but like soon AI will be able to.
But people, like the only thing that's a saving grace on stuff is like there's people like me that have just done it.
Mm-hmm.
Football would be easy.
Yeah, football is easy.
But I was thinking baseball, and baseball would be hard.
Yeah, football is easy because there's uniform gridiron or something like that. And they tell you they have that, so you just have to go on there.
Okay.
And look.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe baseball has that. We'll look into it. Again, all these post ideas. But yeah, I got nothing else.
I'm good.
All right.
That was my final thought.
That was a great question. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. So comment down below your thoughts. We talked about greatest sports athlete in Tampa Bay. What's the Bucs record going to be? How you guys feel about the Rays? All that good stuff. Comment your thoughts down below. And yeah, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on X. Big stuff coming. For real, big stuff coming up. So stay tuned for us. Spotify, hit that 5 stars. Hit the follow. Subscribe on YouTube so you can see all our videos. Like it if you feel led to. And most importantly, have a beautiful and blessed night.